NYPA. It's time to start the show, so search for the squad and listen out for the promo with the West Wild Spitter. Spin his web into a chokehold. Make it unfold, 5 o'clock. Who gives a damn of what your man to say? We spittin' live wireless, leave you shot with the gamma ray. Ain't no runner-up, cause it ain't the closest to candidate. I block so deep and you draw like Japanese anime. It's just us and the rest, news off the hottest press. Kyle Holton, Philly West, reppin' with the legends, classic interview session, politics, sports segment, live phone, call up a question, it's the NYPA, 95 connection, real people, ain't no scripted cue card for direction, just team on their grind time till it's all perfection. Throw it past the satellite so you can catch reception. So touch ground with us. We kill challenges. A murder it for every number on your calendars. From west to the boogie down the Greyhound in this. We Google Spot, Anchor Podcast, Pocket this.
Welcome everyone to another episode of NYPA Entertainment Radio. As you can see, I fixed my camera situation from last week when half of it was darked out and it was blurred or whatever. So I should be coming in crystal clear now. But nevertheless, as long as you heard my voice, that's all that matters. I'm more used to audio than video anyway. But I'm glad that, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube or what have you, that it's better visually. And speaking of YouTube, remember to press the subscribe button. You get fresh notifications of new episodes of NYPA Entertainment Radio final season, the last run. And as always, don't forget about Who is Kyle Graham coming to you in 2026. There's a lot to get into, a lot of things I have to say, and I'm not going to, drag it out any longer. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay. There's a lot going on in news. One in particular is the online beef between rivals Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Now, before I give my opinion on it, I'm going to read you some stuff, give you a little bit of, backdrop of, just let you know what's been going on and what's been said. And then, of course, as always, I'll chime in with my opinion about the situation. But it's deep and it's unnecessary. But before I even say all that, because I'll go on a rant and I won't stop. So let me just read everything, what's been happening, and then I'll let you know my opinion on the whole thing. Nicki Minaj dragged Cardi B's daughter Culture into their feud when they were trading barbs online this past Tuesday, and things got messy. If you check out the tweets, it started on Monday when Nicki began talking trash. Cardi's new album, Am I the Drama? It got personal when Cardi hit back and accused her foe of going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all them perks scrambling your eggs. Minaj clapped back, denying she ever seen or spoken to a fertility doctor and even threatening a lawsuit. The drama hit a boiling point on Tuesday when Nicki reiterated her Barney B nickname for Cardi and came up with one for her daughter, labeling her Culture Vulture, not long after she spoke directly to Cardi's oldest kid, writing, "Culture Vulture, you ugly too." Then that's when Cardi went off, warning Anaconda singer this will be the final time she says her kid's name or she'll spill the tea about her family. She swiftly added, "Bitch, you wish you could call my daughter ugly. Culture is beautiful, and you know that." In the same tweet, she accused Nicki of halting her son's growth by giving him some sort of drugs. They also started talking smack about each other's relatives. You can see it all in the eye-popping tweets. If you go, I'm sure it's been down now, but it is on and long and it's ridiculous. And as you know, Cardi and Nicki have been feuding for years, even once nearly beating each other up at a 2018 New York Fashion Week event after Cardi threw a shoe at her nemesis. The mother of three, with one on the way, recently addressed her drama with Nicki, or excuse me, something got caught in my mouth. On a call her daddy, denying she is an industry plant whose goal was to replace Nicki. She noted that sometimes women in the rap game simply don't mesh, and that couldn't be more obvious. Now, there's more stuff to this. There's more articles and stuff, and I'm gonna get to that, and then I'm gonna give you my opinion on all this, Jones. All right, so Nicki's been on a rampage. She's not only going after Cardi. Nicki Minaj is also going after people at TMZ. So Nicki Minaj had a request to the folks at TMZ, and it was, quote, "eat my ass." That's what she said, "eat my ass." Although it's very tempting, tempting Nicki. I don't. Anyway, Harvey Charles and the gang were doing doing their daily live stream, which gets edited for TMZ Live, the TV show, with a super angry Nicki was lobbying a flurry of tweets their way. She was upset. They were reporting on her feud with Cardi B and had reached out and had reached a new low, with both of them hurling hurtful comments about their kids. Nicki to Harvey, who I think owns TMZ. These are her words. The Rasta that our time is up. Don't know what that means. And he says there's a lot more, so check out the videos, like videos and stuff. And she's going at him, say eat my ass, and she's just really being outlandish and going at him. Okay, it doesn't stop there. There's more. Not with that, but she's been on attack mode on social media against everyone. And it continues with another tweet from Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj, Dear Black Women letter sparks an all-out Twitter war with Cardi B. Let's see. And it won't show me. Okay. I hate when that. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the article. Oh, here we go. The tension between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj is at boiling point again. This time, it started with Nicki Minaj posting a pointed "Dear Black Woman" tweet that appeared to be taking shots at Cardi B. She wrote, "Dear Black Women, I guarantee you that hoe will never ever get on my net and discuss another black baby again. I can guarantee you that hoe will never ever call black women roaches and monkeys again. Someone had to do it." Nicki also claimed other queens felt to check Cardi for speaking about her son. Cardi didn't let that slide. She jumped on Twitter and responded, "Wait, I mocked your son. I posted my kids are so smart for being 3 years old, spelling out his name because I was so proud of what that, and your fans started attacking my kid. Please bring receipts now. You're not flipping the narrative like you did in 2018. She even posted a clip of her son Wave spelling her name to show that he really what she really meant. Then Cardi took direct aim at Nicki's letter, saying, "Excuse me, always want to fake dear black women. Girl, shut the fuck up." That's it. F-U-U-U-U-U. Done beef with every black woman in the industry. And let me tell you something. I say what I want when I want. I say what I want when I want. You don't stop shit here. Ain't nobody effing scared of you. So, of course, it's just got out of hand, right? Now, I'm going to say this. You have two highly intelligent women in the industry, businesswomen, smart women who've made a career in this industry with music and businesses and so forth. And you have a lot of young ladies of color and non-color who look up to you. Your own kids, even when they get old enough to understand to read these tweets, they're going to see this. It's not necessary. Now, here's a resolution to this, and I mean this. This is what you guys need to do. Let Cardi have her child peacefully and stress-free. Let her bring her baby into the world. Let her get into shape. And what you and Nicki need to do is get a boxing match, a challenge match for charity. Get each other in the ring and beat the shit out of each other. And do it for charity. Get all the estrogen out. Get all that anger out. And this coach, this ref, nobody jumping in, no guns, no shoes. You know, got the headgear on, got the gloves, and just beat the ever hell out of each other. Just beat the shit out of each other. For charity. For any charity you pick, and raise money, have an undercard or whatever, put it on Netflix, whatever, and just do it that way. Get it out. Get all that anger, all that nastiness out, and just beat the shit out of each other. And then walk away. You do your thing, she do her thing, and that's it. Because this little going back and forth bullshit in Twitter and behind the keyboard, that's corny. That's not a boss. That's not a boss lady. So that's some weak pussy shit. You really want to go at each other? Yeah, get a trainer. Let Cardi have her baby. Leave her alone. Y'all plan this shit out. Make it for charity. You know what I'm saying? You make a lot of money. Pick whatever charity you want. And leave the kids out of it. You know, if you beefing with somebody, you don't bring people's kids in it. Like you don't bring outsiders in. That had nothing to do with it. You don't bring family members in, mothers, fathers, or whatever. You don't bring kids in, whether the kids are babies or whether the kids are grown. They're still somebody's kids. That's your personal beef with that individual. You don't bring kids in because now you're gonna see a whole other side of someone. You don't call another child ugly and this, that, and whatever. Cardi, come on, you about to have a baby. You don't need to be stressing. Think you need to stop like calling little girls ugly and things. Leave the kids alone. You got beef with their parent, beef with their parents. And in this situation, two highly profiled women with money, and success, you get in that ring and you beat the ever loving shit out of each other. Get it all out and just leave it there. And then maybe one day, if they all beat the shit out of each other and leave it in the ring, you use your brains and say, hey, we can make more money together than against each other. There's a lot of money out there to be made, and y'all out there blowing it. You're setting bad examples, not just for your kids, but for others. Stop attacking everyone. It doesn't matter who's who. It's like, just stop. Twitter, social media is the best and worst thing that was ever created. It is, because it's good when promote, show fun videos or whatever the case may be, speak your mind for the most part. Then it's worse because you are attacking people knowing that they can't get to you and saying shit knowing they can't get to you. That stuff you want to say to their face. Without, you know what I mean? Unless you got security people protecting y'all from doing it. So I say again, and if this comes up within a year, you know where you heard it from. The promoter himself, Kyle King, only in America. You go out there, bust each other up in the ring for charity, leave it all there, and that's it. But this going back and forth on social media is a pussy punk move, man. You don't need to do that. Only simpletons do that. I always said, whether you were a civilian or celebrity alike, why put it out there? Just contact the person directly. Have that conversation with them. Beef with them this way. Why let the public see your ignorance? Because it is ignorant and it's stupid and it's wrong and it's dumb. I had to adjust the camera a little bit. And it's stupid and it's wrong and it's dumb. And two highly profiled, like I said, successful women should not be beefing this way. You don't like each other, then fine. You do your thing, you do my thing, and that's it. It's enough money out there to make it. And you look like you're hating on each other. And I'm not pointing the finger more to one than the other, but you're both wrong. Let it go. Or get in a boxing match and a challenge match and get in there and just beat the shit out of each other. That's it. Nobody jumping nobody. You got a referee. You go 3 rounds. You know what I mean? 2 minutes each round. Got gloves on. Y'all train properly. Y'all make money for charity. Y'all let all that anger out. I mean, and that's it. Make it 5 rounds because you got a lot of anger instead of 3. Make it 5 rounds, and that's it. And that's how it should be done. I think only losers and punks and pussies are the ones that want to talk about people on Twitter and not say it to their face. True. Because it's like, say it to my face. Say it to my face and let's see what happens. And I'm being serious. Like if you're a woman enough, man enough to say stuff on social media, then say it to me directly. Now, no FaceTime, no security, none of that stuff. Say it to my face and leave the kids out of it. You know what I mean? You don't drag people's kids into anything. That's just ridiculous. That's low hanging fruit. This is wrong. You just leave kids out of it. It's wrong altogether. So there you go. Charity match in 2026 or early 2027 because, caught have the baby, you gotta get into shape. So I was say late 26, early 27, in a boxing match or a challenge match, charity, boom. Nice venue, put it in Brooklyn the Barclays Center. Netflix, they have a couple of undercards. That's the main event. God damn, I'm a genius. Come on. Like it's perfect. It's just perfect. You know what I mean? I got it all up here. I just don't know. I know I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I know. I don't hold the applause. I know I'm a genius. Thank you. Moving on. And I hope that the audio was working when I did that. So I don't look like no fool doing this and there's no pause. It'd be like dead silence. So moving on. I got other stuff to get into. All right. Move that down. It's a lot. Let me see. I got a lot. All right. Let me start with this. So, Fast and Furious star Tyrese facing arrest after pet mastiff dogs allegedly, I don't know what I mean, mastiff dogs allegedly mauled neighbor's dainty spaniel to death. Let me move that. Okay. A celebrity star from the Fast and Furious franchise is facing arrest after his 4 Mastiff breed dogs allegedly tore apart his neighbor's spaniel in early September, killing the petite pooch. Tyrese, 46, R&B singer, best known for playing Roman Pierce in the Fast and the Furious films, is accused of ignoring repeated warnings to contain his 4 wild canine Corso dogs, known for escaping his Georgia home. A warrant for his arrest on a charge of animal cruelty was issued on Monday. Fulton County Police said to this article. GIBSON hulking pets, commonly used as guard dogs, allegedly broke out of the yard and mangled his neighbor's 5-year-old King Charles Cavalier Spaniel named Henry on September 18th, according to cops. Security footage captured Gibson's dogs scratching at a door across the street mere minutes before the spaniel was slaughtered while taking a routine bathroom break in its owner's yard. The pack's fateful escape marked the 6th time they've been reported running loose through the neighborhood that week alone, according to police. Fulton County Police Department Captain Nicole Dwyer, who serves as Animal Services Commander, told the outlet that multiple warnings were issued to Gibson before the fatal attack. Gibson promised he would surrender his dogs to Animal Services on September 22nd, but got cold feet when officers arrived to take the pack and requested a few more days to decide. He stood his ground even after authorities warned they have to issue a search warrant if he didn't comply, according to Dwyer. All right. Sorry. The search was executed the same evening when Gibson wasn't home, Dwyer told the outlet. An arrest warrant soon followed on September 29th. By then, though the dogs had been rehomed, according to a statement from Gibson's attorney. Quote, upon learning of this unfortunate accident, Mr. Gibson immediately made the difficult decision to rehome his dogs to a safe and loving environment. Concerning the misdemeanor warrant, Mr. Gibson is cooperating fully with authorities to address and resolve the matter responsibly, the statement reads. Gibson attorney noted that the actors extend his deepest condolences to the family who lost their beloved dog to the tragic incident that occurred while Mr. Gibson was away from his home, according to the statement. On Tuesday, the actor posted a compilation of his dogs playing with pairs of Pomeranians, though it's unclear who the smaller pups belongs to. Okay, and I think I have a companion piece to this that I'm going to get into. And it goes out that he did turn himself in, so here's a companion piece. Tyrese Gibson turns himself in, released on bond in Fulton County animal cruelty. Tyrese Gibson turned himself in on Friday when a warrant was issued for his arrest in connection with animal cruelty after his dogs allegedly killed a neighbor's dog in Atlanta neighborhood. The actor and R&B singer was booked in Fulton County, released on a $20,000 bond, according to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office jail records. Gibson legal counsel Gabe Banks shared a statement with ABC News following the singer's release and said, Despite what others might say throughout this entire process, Mr. Gibson has cooperated fully with the legal authorities and will continue to do so until the matter is resolved. Banks said Mr. Gibson once again wants to send his deepest condolences to the family who lost their dog and respectfully asks for privacy and understanding as this matter is handled through the appropriate legal channels. Gibson, who is known for his role, like I said, Fast and the Furious and Baby Boy, was accused of animal cruelty after police said his 4 Cane Corso dogs ran out his mansion and killed a dog, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, at a neighbor's home on September 18th. Wow. Let me finish this here. According to the recent report, often visited Gibson's home September 22nd, like I said, to impound the 4 dogs after Gibson told them through his assistant, not him, he didn't tell him, his assistant, that he would turn them over. However, the report states that officers arrived at home, Gibson was not there, and his assistant told the police they could not take the dogs as Gibson needed a few more days to find another place for them to go. You put your assistant out there to almost get locked up. That's crazy. Little punk ass. I'm going to get to him in a minute. I had a little encounter with him a couple of years ago. I'll get to that in a second. Rob Pitts, the chairman of the Board of Commissioners of Fulton County, Georgia, told ABC News that while Gibson turned himself in this week, he is still not cooperating, and officials still want the dogs turned in too. We can't force him to tell us where the dogs are, but the judge will be able to compel him to turn the dogs over to us, Pitts continued. From our point of view, the dogs will be deemed as dangerous based on everything that's happened in the past. The dog that Gibson's Cane Crusoes are accused of killing belonged to Harrison Parker Gibson's neighbor. We all know pretty much what's going to happen. We know, unfortunately, they're going to put those dogs down. That's just, they're not going to put them in the shelter or nothing like that. We know, and he knows, you know, what's going to happen. We have these dangerous dogs that's killing another animal. They're going to put them down. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. You know, and I know that you know, and he knows, and the dog knows, and the neighbor knows, and they know. They just know that that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. But it's something that another dog was killed, and it shouldn't have happened, and you know that family loses a family member. That's how people look at pets. And he's losing 4 family members. So it's an ugly situation all the way around. I don't see no pets get killed at all. put down or by mistake or whatever the case may be. But he's going to have to turn them in. They are deemed as dangerous because if they did it once, they'll do it again. They'll do it to another pet somewhere else. It is possible. Straighten this camera out. So it happens. It's going to continue. If they do not jump in, it's going to continue to happen and may get a lot worse. I'm sorry, just the camera, and it can get a lot worse if they don't do anything about it. So it's very unfortunate. Now, Tyrese is an asshole. He's a dickhead. I came across him he's very arrogant. This was, I want to say, might have been the early years of NYPA. Myself and the former co-host and co-creator, we went to an event. I think it was in Harlem, and I think NYPA just. I'm trying to remember either it was NYPA itself or another show we did called Triple Threat. I can't remember which one, but for some reason I think it might have been NYPA. It might have been. I'm not too sure, but let's just say, for sake of argument, and me dragging this on, it was NYPA. So it was NYPA. It was some event in Europe for Lenny Williams, a DJ up there or something. And Tyrese was there. And I was like, I said to my ex co-host and co-creator, I was like, let's go talk to him. Now, normally when we talk to him and I would talk to celebrities or something like that, he freezes up. I will have to start talking, then he'll jump in. He wouldn't know how to start, and I'm being serious. I'm not joking. I'm being serious. I would start off, and I start talking. He'll jump in like one T, whatever. He could never start it off. So I was like, all right. So Tyrese is walking past us. And I was like, hey, how you doing, Tyrese? And I started talking to him. I think co-host, ex-co-host, and co-creator jumped in right behind me. Hey, how you doing? Very whatever. I think we did like tried it twice. Hey, listen, we'd like to speak with you about. And he like, yeah, like, yeah, like really, like, you know. So I was like, I looked at my ex co-host and co-creator of NYPA Team Radio, and I said, I said, did that just happen? Did he just brush us off? And he was like, I think so. So we tried again. Like, hey, I think he's come back again our way. Like, hey, we'd like to speak with you like that. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. Like, he just like brushes, like really straight up brushes off like a real dickhead. And from that moment, I just stopped liking him. Like that interaction right there. It was like we just wanted to speak with you for a few minutes and invite you on the show. Or at least, you could have said no. You didn't have to like think you're bigger than us. I hate that glare from the window. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the camera. He made it like he just really dismisses like we weren't there. He just kind of ignored us and kind of looked straightforward like, like that, literally like that. So I was always an asshole. I was always a dickhead and so forth. So every time I see him, I think of that. Like that's my impression of him. So I legit don't like him because of meeting him. Like he really brushed us off, and I thought it was rude. Not once, but twice. And the same evening, we was trying to just like, hey, like bring him onto the show, or we'd like to come on the show, or something. He didn't give us an opportunity. He just legit brushed us off like a scumbag, a real arrogant scumbag. And I never forget this. Every time I see him, I'm just like, this scumbag, because I remember what he said. Now, there's a lot of other celebrities that came across that's real cool as shit. Now, every time I see them, like, nice people, nice person. I always have the fondest memory, like, that's cool. But every time I see that punk ass, I'm like, yo, he really was, like, arrogant about it. Like, he really think he was the shit. Like, he just, And I'm like, dude, give two brothers a chance. Like, we're brothers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, help us. Like, we wasn't all on the street corner. We were in the same fine establishment. We dressed to the nines, looking nice, professional. We was like, yo, what we was doing like that. Was like, hey, how you doing, Teresa? We like get you, you know what I mean? A networking thing. And he just blew us off. So every time I see him, I see a scumbag that was just disrespectful, arrogant, and rude. Simple as that. That's it. That's my story of Tyrese. So, I have no sympathy for him. He's a scumbag. Did I mention he's a scumbag? He's a scumbag. Yeah. Did I mention it? I said it? You got it right. Okay, good. Let's move on. It's a follow-up from what I did a couple of weeks ago from actor Raymond Cruz from Breaking Bad. Raymond Cruz Breaking Bad character Tuco Salamanca might have done some hard time on the show, but the actor won't face a day in jail for spraying his neighbor with a hose. Um, the LA City Attorney Office tells TMZ after reviewing the evidence of the case, they've declined to prosecute the misdemeanor battery case against him. Cruz agent tells TMZ the actors relieved that after finding out yesterday he's off the hook, but he's incredibly frustrated it ever reached this point. Raymond Cruz is back at work, his agent says, shooting a Warner Brothers movie in New York City, which could have been impacted if this case had proceeded. Remember, Cruz was arrested last month after someone called the police alleging Cruz assaulted their daughter by blasting her with a water hose. Remember, I mentioned that on this show. Sources told us Cruz was washing his car at his home in LA and asked the girl to move out of the way. When she didn't, she allegedly got sprayed and believed he did it on purpose. Bottom line, it's a happy ending for Cruz. Certainly much happier than Salamanca's end. That was corny whoever wrote that line. I brought this up on the show last month where he's washing his car and he allegedly said, "Excuse me," he got the way. She allegedly didn't move. He sprayed, water got on her, and then she complained. Police came out, put him in handcuffs, took him to jail, which was stupid. And come to find out, it was so stupid that the judge was like, "I'm not pressing charges. This is whack. Okay, could have been, it looked like a mistake. Get the hell out of my courtroom. I got other cases that are more major and more dangerous and important than some little entitled girl saying, 'Oh my God, he's spraying me,' and which wasn't the case." So kudos to my man Raymond Cruz, aka Tuco Salamanca from Breaking Bad. If you're not familiar with Tuco Salamanca, go on Pluto, go on Netflix, watch Netflix, Breaking Bad, excuse me, and you'll see Tuco Salamanca and Better Call Saul, and you'll see Raymond Cruz on there as Tuco Salamanca. And so, but I called it last month. I thought it was stupid. I think it was. I thought, in my opinion, for what I read, it was a mistake. I think someone just escalated it, trying to get money out of the actor. It's to me sounded like it happened and that was it. So you get past it, and it was not it wasn't a big deal. So good for Salamanca, Raymond Cruz. So he won't be doing any time for accidentally splashing water on someone. What are you gonna do? All right, let's move on. Yeah, and yes, I will get to the Puffy verdict during the show. I didn't think about that. I'll get to it. But I want to go back to Cardi B for a minute. Cardi B helps Janet Jackson join Cher and Madonna in 5-decade club on Hot 100. The icon earns her first hit of the 2020s via sampling featured on Cardi B's Principle. Pop and R&B icon Janet Jackson extends her Billboard Hot 100 chart history into a fifth decade via her feature on Cardi B's Principle, which debuted on number 92 on the list dated for October 4th, which is yesterday, as I'm recording this. Jackson joined Cher and Madonna as the only women to have new Hot 100 hits in 5 consecutive decades. Plus, Dolly Parton's history includes hits in 5 distinct decades non-consecutively. Thanks to Principal, Jackson lands her first Hot 100 credit since Made for Now, a 2018 collaboration with Daddy Yankee, and has now charted in every decade since the 1980s. Principal traces its Hot 100 entrance largely to 4.9 million official streams in the United States for the September 19th to 25th tracking week, according to Luminate, with a small assist from 725,000 radio audiences impressions and 1,000 sales downloads. The Cardi B Jackson collaboration appears on Cardi's B new albums Am I the Drama? which debuted at number 1 on this week's Billboard 200 album chart. As the pop music fans might suspect, Principle features a sample of Janet Jackson's Pleasure. Well, I'll get it out, y'all. Pleasure Principle. The Control single climbed to a number 14 high in August of '87, helped by its music video with a well-remembered dance routine that won an MTV Music Award for Best Choreograph and at the 1988 ceremony. I love that video. I love Janet Jackson. Till this day, she's fine as hell. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry. The youngest of Joseph and Catherine Jackson's children, Jackson made her Hot 100 debut in December '82 with "Young Love," which reached a number 64 best the following month. After early show business exposure as an actress, she pivoted to music with her self-titled debut LP in 1982. Its follow-up in '84's Dream Street both had modest commercial results, but her star exploded with her third album, Ka-Chow, which topped the Billboard 200 and sparked 6 top 20 Hot 100 hits, including The Pleasure Principle and her first 10 number ones. When I Think of You, one of my favorite albums in general, overall. And from her, like Janet was she got it. She got it. Her DNA is that Jackson DNA. Jackson, 42 Hot 100 career hits. Here's what did it say? Of Jackson 42 100 career hits, their breakdown by decades based on the track charted. So in the 80s, she had 10. In the 90s, 19. 2000s, 10. 2010s, 2. 2020s, 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's dope. That's really, it goes on about kind of repeating the same thing I just said. That is really dope. And I didn't know that all you had to do is sample something from an artist, and that gives them credit, like as being like, even though it's a sample, she's not on the track. It's a sample of her song, and she still gets credit for topping the charts on Billboard because you hear her voice. I didn't even know that. That's dope. She's not even on an album. She's not like singing it fresh. It's a sample. It's not like a fresh new song. It's a sample that I'm sure Cardi B paid up the wazoo to have on her album. So that's really dope. I mean, like Janet, like her brother Michael and her brothers in general, their music is just everlasting, unlimited, and can play in any era, and it's just dope. And it, like I said, that Jackson DNA, man. It's just everything. It's just you drop anything from Troll, Rhythm Nation, like any of her albums, you bobbing your head, you chilling out, like the videos, like all that stuff. Man, oh man, woo! And she still look good. She still look good. Still look good. Lord have mercy. Easy, Tiger. Easy. All right. What else I got? The Chi. The TV show The Chi to end with season 8 on Showtime is the right thing, creator Lena Waithe says. When I quote, here we go. Oh, The Chi is coming to an end. The upcoming 8th season of the Chicago set drama series created by Lena Waithe will be its last on Paramount Plus with Showtime. The decision comes ahead of the start of production of season 8 and slated for early next year, allowing the creative team to craft a proper ending. Quote, when I created The Chi, it wasn't just about making a TV show. It was about owning our narratives and telling our stories with truth, care, nuance, and complexity. It was about showing the soul of the South Side, the beauty, the pain, the grit, the magic, the lives in every block and in every family. Waithe said in a statement to Deadline, after much reflection, we have made the decision to end the show of season 8. I know for the sake of our story and our characters, it was the right thing. I have committed to delivering the final season. I had a pop up here. I hate that. The final season that our shy family deserves. This is the second major program decision by the new Paramount regime on Showtime series. Last month, they commissioned a writer's room for Dexter, Resurrection star Michael C. Hall, while canceling prequel series Dexter Origin Sin after one season. With its 8 seasons, The Shy has topped Dexter, Homeland, and Weeds for the second longest running series in Showtime's history, only behind Shameless and its 11 seasons. Also, the longest running black drama on premium cable streaming. It's been an honor of my life to build a platform for an artist to shine, not just front the camera, but behind the scenes as well. We've said to helm the longest running black drama on television is a huge honor and is something I don't take lightly. From 20th television. The Shy is timely coming of age story entering on a group of residents of Southside Chicago who become linked by coincidence but bonded by the need for connection and redemption. The drama, which debuted in 2018, films in the Windy City. The most recent 7th season, which delivered the series' most streamed premiere, wrapped its run on Showtime August 1st. Its ensemble cast included Jacob Lattimore, Lynn Whitfield, Yolanda Ross, Shaman Brown Jr., Michael V. Epps, Burgundy Baker, and Luke James. Kadeem Harrison, Chris Lee, Brett Gray, Rotomi, Jake Long, Sharman Lee, Jill Marie Jones, and Daniel J. Watts returned, to guest star alongside Hannah Hall, James Weaver, Lala Anthony, woo, Vic Mensa, Candy Burris, woo, Todd Davis, Rolando Boyce, Ahmad Ferguson, Cortez Smith, Genesis. They named the whole fucking cast here. We get it. We get it. Why you name the whole cast? Jesus. Emmy winner with executive producer shot under the Hillman Grad banner alongside co-showrunner Justin Hillian of Hillionaire Productions and Jewel Corone via Uncut Gems, as well as Common Aaron Kaplan of Capital Entertainment. I'm gonna stop there. The Shy, I've seen every episode of The Shy since it aired, and it's a good show. It's a good show, good storylines. However, I think in the last 2 seasons, especially this one, it took a decline in writing. I think the writing kind of got lazy with the writing. They kind of was like sandbagging it, kind of like phoning it home. It didn't make sense all over the place. They had characters pop up and disappear with no explanation. People got killed off quickly. It just to me, it could have been better, could have been more strong. And I see, no pun intended, the writing on the wall when I was like, all right, this thing is coming to an end soon. Because it was just getting sloppy with the writing and the plot and everything like that. And my issue with Lena Waithe is that she loves using the N-word. She loves using the N-word. She bathes in it and all that stuff. She'll say everything derogatory N-word, but she would not cross the line when it comes to the alphabet community. She touches. That's fine with she won't say nothing derogatory about them, but her own race. She's N-word this, N-word that, and it's not necessary. That's lazy writing. That's hack writing. You do not have to use the N-word all the time, and unnecessary situations. And I get it if it's a scene set up, drug dealers, whatever. But even but it's kind of overboard. You kind of go overboard with it. You don't need it majority of the time. You're a writer. Put other words in there. You don't have to. Trust me, people won't miss it. You don't have to be authentic to use the N-word. And her show is flooded and drenched in it. And she doesn't blink an eye. So her production company is Hillman Grad, based off of Hillman, A Different World. But last time I watched Different World, I don't remember them calling each other the N-word going back and forth on every episode. Unless you have a special episode about racism. Otherwise than that, I don't recall Whitley saying, Dwayne, get your N-word over here. I don't remember that. Maybe I fell asleep. Maybe there's a deleted scene I didn't see or a deleted episode on the DVD somewhere. But what I do know, my beef with Lena Waithe is the fact that this is her baby, that you need to do better writing and omit the N word as much as possible because you don't need it. And it's in every language, not every language, every other line is that. As lazy hack writing. And I could run circles around all her writers, blindfolded 3 times backwards. Because the writers are sucked the last couple of years. They suck balls. They have. And I can see it. The acting is fine. The writing sucked. Her writers suck. And it just, you hear it in the dialogue. It's just like, come on, you can do better than that. Period. And I write. And I know. And I take this seriously. And it incenses me where it's just a lot of N-words for no reason. And it's not necessary. So when you do a table read, there's white execs, directors, and people, and you just letting that word fly like it's nothing. You don't need it. You don't need it. And I'm not surprised that it's the final season. It should have been wrapped up maybe 2 seasons ago, quite frankly. But to me, it fell off right away. And I seen it, like a lot of people, when season 7 ended, I was reading online, a lot of people didn't, they didn't care for the use of it. They use of the N-word didn't bother them. Some people just don't mind it. I don't know why. But they said the lack of story and how they kind of rushed through everything, that was there. My beef was that, and along the fact they just used the N-word like it was nothing. And I think as a woman of color, she should be more mindful of that. You're in charge. You don't need to use that. You don't. You don't. My book that I'm in the process of putting out, there's not one N-word in it, and I'm not going to. Whatever I write, it's no need because you don't need it. You don't need it at all. So I'm disappointed in her as a writer and a woman of color to just do it. Now, give me a reason. Any African American writer, including her, give me a good logical reason on why it's necessary to have that in there. Make it make sense to me. If you can make it make sense to me that you need it, that is necessary, then okay. But I don't think you do. I really don't. I need someone to explain to me why it's necessary. Does it make it better? Is it something that's just pivotal? But it's lazy writing. Because you can put that in there and write around it. You can fill up a page by using that word every 2 to 3 times. It's hack writing, it's lazy writing, and it's a word that shouldn't be used at all. And if you don't use other words for other cultures or sexuality and stuff like that, you careful to tiptoe around that, then you shouldn't use the N-word. That's just me. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. I'm going to step off my soapbox. I'm going to the next article, but I'm disappointed. I am curious to see how season 8 is going to end because I came this far with it originally with Jason Mitchell and that whole controversy with him getting fired for sexual harassment behind the scene. It did change once he left. It was the first 2 seasons with him. First 2 seasons with him on air is really good, and it did change once he left, and it came together. But the last 2 seasons, season 6 and 7, maybe 5, it is kind of just you can see it kind of going off the rails. Like the writing was on the wall. Like, yeah, it's about to wrap this up. Y'all getting lazy with the writing. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? Y'all might think differently, but they got a little lazy with the writing. So let's move on. Ghostface KILLAH postpones Supreme Clientele sessions tour due to government shutdown. According to Ghostface KILLAH, new tour dates will be announced very soon, and the wait will be worth it. This August, Ghostface KILLAH finally unveiled the highly anticipated sequel to his 2000 sophomore album, Supreme Clientele 2. The project boasts features from Nas, Styles P, Dave Chappelle, Conway the Machine, M.O.P., and more. His fellow Wu-Tang Clan icons Raekwon, GZA, and Method Man also make appearances, of course. In support of the new project, Ghostface KILLAH was set to go on tour this month. Unfortunately, however, plans have changed. Last night, he took to Instagram to announce the tour has been postponed. According to him, the decision was made due to the United States government shutdown. Peace, family. The post begins. I gotta let y'all know because of the government shutdown, postponing the upcoming Supreme Clientele sessions. This one hurts me because I was looking forward to building with y'all face to face, sharing the stories, the laughs, the jewels. But I also know everybody's feeling the weight of what's going on right now. I don't ever want to give you a halfway experience. When we do these sessions, it's got to be right. The energy, the vibe, the connections, it continues. If you already got your tickets, hold on to them. Let me honor it for the new day to be announced real soon. Love and respect always for rocking with me. Y'all more than fam. Y'all family. Stay strong. Stay safe. Know I got you. The wait will be worth it. News of the tour postponement comes just a few days after Ghostface Killah's Some Infinite Cold opened up about their strained relationship during an interview with Daily Mail. He alleged that his sexuality as a gay man has led to neglect from his father, uh, though he is still close to his to close with his uncle Rizzo. Quote: you getting older and become yourself, then people either distance themselves or love you for you. He explained. As I got older, my dad's seen some things in me that he didn't like, and he just distanced himself. Well, let's back up with this. Number one, I get it, like with him stopping because right now a lot of people who may have jobs with the government, um, they have no paychecks coming in. They're not working, and although they may got their tickets, their focus is not there. Their focus is like, how I'm gonna pay this off, how I'm gonna pay that. We don't know how long it's gonna be shut down, and it affects everyone, whether you work for it or not. And it's tough times going on here, and I think that's a dope thing that he did, and a kind thing that he did, for those who are going through it, and with the shutdown, and it's it's tough. So I think that's kind of cool, and like I said, he'll come up with new dates. I don't think the shutdown's going to last for a long time. That once it reopens back up, I think he'll be back at it again and ready to shine. And I think it'll be all good, and it'll be fun and energetic and so forth. So we'll see what happens. And again, going back to what I said last week about his son, going on interviews and opening up about their personal relationship. Um, if you were a civilian, would you be given an interview about what's going on with you and your father? No, because of who he is, you are, and I think that doesn't help. I think, like I said, you got a beef. You don't have to. If you have a beef with him, you take it up with that man privately. You don't need to air out your dirty laundry publicly. And I think that's what he's doing. But people can't help themselves. They can't. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. They want the attention. They want the sympathy. They want the empathy. And hopefully they get it resolved peacefully, quietly, and privately, and just leave the outsiders out with the comments and so forth and so on. So, but it's a good idea what Ghostface is doing, in terms of stopping everything due to government shutdown, because a lot of people who may have bought tickets, they're affected by it financially, whether they got the tickets or not. They might not be in a good headspace because they're worrying about I don't pay their bills and mortgages and so forth, because it's a huge thing having to shut down. You know what I mean? A huge thing. All right, let's move on. Let me see. College band announcer apologized after calling Alabama State's halftime dancers face of Ozempic. Joe Bullard, an announcer for Florida A&M University marching band, apologized for his lighthearted banter after fans were upset that he called a plus-size dance team the face of Ozempic. Uh, Joe Bullard is fessing up to his fumbles. Uh, after the longtime band announcer for Florida A&M University referred to the Honey Bees, a plus-size dance team from Alabama State University, as the face of Ozempic, During a September 27th football game, he issued an apology for his ill-received comments. Friendly competition and playful jesting have long been a part of HBCU, historically black colleges and universities, band culture, but I have come to understand that my words crossed the line. Burlett wrote on Facebook on September 29th, according to the Tallahassee Democrat. My intentions was never to belittle or disrespect the incredible young people who represent our schools with such grace and talent and pride. He added, they're an embodiment of our culture and they deserve nothing less than our full respect. A video Bullard's remarks found online, the crowd audibly booed the announcer over what he referred to as an apology, as lighthearted banter about the dancers needing the polarized weight loss drug. I'm gonna stop right there. Oh, I'm gonna stop it because it goes on. I'm gonna stop right there. Listen, we have an issue today where we always are body shaming everyone, and I'm looking at them, they nice, thick looking, cute Jordans. They got in all the right places. I'm drooling right now, and we 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 in society feel as though that if you don't have six pack abs, you're cut chiseled, then you're like you're not healthy. You're not the it person. Either you're way too skinny or you're way too big. If you don't have curves and small waist and whatever, then people point that out and make fun of you. No one's perfect. No one has a perfect body. We need to stop body shaming people. Uh, and I don't think that was funny to say that. I think it's hurtful, and I think it's a bullshit apology, in my opinion. Shouldn't have been said. You shouldn't have said that. There are things to be witty and clever about, but that's not something you shouldn't say. It incenses me when people want all of a sudden say, "Oh, I was just joking," when you clearly wasn't. You meant what you said. It may have made you laugh, but you was being hurtful for whatever reason. Because some people hurt people want to hurt people. That's bad. So shame on him for that shit. And I think at the end of the day, you should boo this man when you see him. Boo him every time. And he should live with his conscience, and no one should forgive him for that. Because he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was saying. That wasn't necessary. Why would you say that? That's hurtful. You can't take that back at the end of the day. What if someone said that about one of your kids or nieces or nephews or grandkids? How would you feel and got them upset? That's embarrassing on national television. You know what I mean? Crabs in the barrel. You pull down your own people. You're a punk for doing that. Would you say it to their face? No, he wouldn't say it to their face. He's a punk ass pussy who said it over the microphone, not in their face like, hey. He thought he can get a laugh. He thought, I'm going to make everybody laugh. I'm going to make fun of you. That's what clowns and bullies do. So shame on him and fuck him for that. And like I said, you see him, hear his voice, boo him, ban him, whatever, because that's not necessary. You should make fun of people on their weight or whatever the case may be. It's not necessary. Where's the banter in that? Where's the fun in that? That's some loser shit because he's a fucking loser himself. So shame on him for that. Period. They keep buzzing, ladies. You look good, honeybees. Look good. Look them up. Alabama State dance team, the honeybees. Man, they got. You know what I mean? More pushing for the cushion. More cushion for the pushing. You know, nice looking women. Very nice. Ain't your steez. That's fine. But you ain't got to embarrass them just to make yourself look good. To make yourself get a laugh. You know what I mean? I think that's what he did. He think I'll make myself look, I'm going to pull them down while I make fun of them and make myself look good. But that's what clowns and bullies do, and it backfired on him. So boo him every time you hear him, or boo him every time you see him. Throw a tomato at his head and say, "Exhibit this," and let it smash on his head. This is what I wanted to say before I go. So we know that Sherlock Holmes sentenced 4 years and some months in prison for his heinous crimes and all that stuff, and that's what happens. That's what he deserves. and that's it. Um, now? Question people ask me about certain celebrities that have been in trouble, whether it's like television, movies, film, and music. Would you still listen or watch or whatever? Yeah, I can separate the two. I can separate Bad Boy's music from what Sean Combs did in his personal life. I can separate the two. I can separate the Cosby Show. I can separate R. Kelly's music. I can separate. I can because, like I said before, if that's the case, there's no entertainment at all. Whether you black, white, him, her, there's no entertainment at all. All that will be taken away because a lot of people that we know or may not know have done some heinous shit. And, we just be sitting around silent looking at each other because they're not perfect. They're human beings. Um, he got what he deserved, and that's where it's at. Um, yeah, I will still bump Bad Boys. I will still bump it because I can separate the two. I'm enjoying the music and the nostalgia that it brings me of the time when I heard the music. Like in the '90s, Bad Boy was it. Diddy, Biggie, the whole nine. It brings back nostalgia of fun times of high school and college and the whole nine. And then in recent years and so forth, and I also put blame on those who let this continue to happen for this to get out of hand. So I also point the finger at those who know these stories and knew these stories and was there when it happened. Shame on you for letting this heinous crime and this monster do these things to these people allegedly. You're there. You've seen it. You've been a part of it. Why do you say anything? And I said this on this show, and I think the reason you were so worried about your own career and making it, you're like, oh, I'll just get through it and so forth. All the while he's hurting you, he's hurting other people, and then when the ship starts sinking, then you want to start shitting on him like, yeah, he did this and this, but you could have stopped him in the beginning. You could have. So he got his 4 years. That's what's going to happen, and it is what it is. I will still listen to his music. I can separate the two. I can separate Michael Jackson stuff, separate Elvis, Frank, whoever did. I can separate it because I'm not looking at him in a personal way. I'm looking at entertainment. I can, you know what I mean. It's fucked up and he's being punished, and that's what it's going to be. It is what it is, man. He did it to himself. That was it. And again, shame on those who let him do it for this long and get past the first time, then the second time, then the third time, and so forth. And then it made it to this point. It's messed up. But that's it. It's a wrap. He's in there and he's being punished and he's getting what he deserved. And that's it. Judgment came down. That's what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? That's it for this week's episode of NYPA Entertainment Radio, the final season, the final ride. Thank you for joining me this week. Hopefully, I did my job for an hour to entertain you and so forth. Something I was going to say and I can't remember. Maybe I'll remember it by next week. But what I do remember is press the subscribe button here. Watching on YouTube and Spotify, more platforms to come, especially more so when I transition over to Who is Kyle Graham in 2026. This is it in December. I'm wrapping things up. I'm closing the book on NYPA Entertainment Radio. It's been a lot of fun for this week and other weeks and years and so forth. And the journey is just not done. The journey is not over. It will continue just under a new banner. So appreciate you guys. Always remember, believe whatever high power you believe in. Take it day by day. I know times are hard, friends are few, but just hang in there. It'll work out, and it just what you do. Just hang in there overall. That's it. Ooh, something in my mouth again. Keep forgetting on camera. So have a safe week, everyone. Lord willing, I will see you next week for another episode of NYPA Entertainment Radio. This episode is officially over. So hopefully audio works this time around. I'll see you next week. NYPA Entertainment Radio.